Don't talk back to me. Like this whole situation, all argue. There's no arguments. This is how it is. She packs my condoms when I travel.
We all knew that. We all knew that shit was cap when he said that shit, bro. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, man. Today we're reacting to Myron's ex-girlfriend expose how delusional he is, man. Check this shit out, man.
I don't want to mix things up between you, right? But yeah. But we were talking about in the future that maybe there's a world where you would have more than one wife, right?
She understands that. She knows that could potentially come down in the future.
What do you say about that?
I don't know.
Don't talk back to me. Like this whole situation, all argue. There's no arguments. This is how it is. She packs my condoms when I travel.
We all knew that. We all knew that shit was cap when he said that shit, bro.
How real it is.
I am so blessed, and I am so thankful to say that I am in a new relationship where I don't have to worry about any of this. And
oh shit, she dropped a video on this shit, bro. Want to explode that?
That I met this amazing man who cares for me, who makes me feel so
You talking about the rollerblading guy, huh?
special, makes me so happy, and I couldn't be more grateful for him.
Boy, who would have thought that these manosphere figures were lying to us about their relationship complexity
The whole entire time, bro. The whole entire.
this entire time? Wait, I did. Myself and other commentators did. Ugh, God, just a couple weeks ago, the Manosphere documentary came out on Netflix. And while I did think it wasn't the documentary that I wanted to see, one that covered, you know, the actual victims of the lies and scamming that the Manosphere guys at the top get off, it did expose something that I thought was extremely interesting. Louis Theroux, the creator of the documentary, goes into depths with some of the content creators that have girlfriends or long-term partners. One of them, our friend Myron, had his girlfriend Angie on the doc. And the interaction that Louis Theroux, Myron, and Angie have exposes the realities behind any of these high-end grifter salespeople that exist on the internet that surfaced over the past couple years. If you're new to this, you want to be true to this, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. The continued success on this channel is the only thing that keeps me away from going full-on grift. I promise you. Otherwise, I'd be selling snake oil. Now, back into the video.
You have like a rotation
That grift method is insane, bro. For real.
of
Niggas be grifting all over the place just to make money and get caught, man.
other women.
I wouldn't say a rotation like right now. I do want to get multiple wives. So, hey, there's Angie right there.
Should we meet Angie?
Yeah, keep it short though for her.
What? This poor girl is like, yeah, well, you can talk to Ange, but I don't want you to talk to her for very long.
I say to my friends and to people that always question our relationship that Myron is somebody in front of the cameras, but behind them is somebody else with me.
Literally rumbling him on the documentary saying all of this he says on camera, that's not how he is off camera. Immediately.
90% of the personalities that you see on the internet are just that. They're personalities. Made up characters in order to get the consumer to buy into the content that is being produced. Whether it's the appearance of being more extroverted when in reality you're more introverted, somebody who is an extreme eater but behind closed doors is a really picky eater, or even for these manosphere guys. A lot of what's seen on the internet is fake, a facade, a wolf ticket as people would say. Now normally when commentators expose these things, it gets under these manosphere guys' skin. Well, I'm here to tell you, I care much about skincare. And that's why we have the sponsor of today's video. The control of an editor you do an interview like Louis Theroux did, you can't do those types of things. That's why when Myron was interviewed by Louis, he started off as a very confident guy. You know, the normal gimmick that he comes off with. Same old song and dance. I'm in control of my relationship. I have all this power. I know what she wants and I know best. But when Angie, his now ex-girlfriend, got the opportunity to come on the camera and talk about their relationship, not only did Angie seem uncomfortable, but Myron even began to backtrack on some of the things that he said.
I mean, he has said that in the past. I think I'll see when it happens. Like, I don't know how that will work. The thing is that I think...
But right now, it's not going to be anytime soon because I'm just so focused on working.
But it could happen, right?
It could, of course.
You can kick it down the road only for so long. You know, she's put 2 years into a relationship. If that's your long-term plan, at some point those two realities will collide.
You know, that's a bridge we'll cross when we get there. Like right now...
What does that mean? That's so avoidant.
It's something you never know, man. You can always change your mind down the road. Who knows? Maybe I'll say, you know, I only just want to be with one girl because the two would be too tough. You know,
you backtracked on that already? Some people in this part of the culture, right, who are advocates for the idea of like the 1% male, that ultimate masculine, that he's
Go her. Sorry. Also, I need if you could clean up the room too. I need some help, yeah, with that.
Was that okay? By the way, I always feel weird, like
no, it's
you
cool.
know, it's awkward though.
No.
What did you feel? Felt a little awkward.
No, not at all. No, Angie, like she's with me.
She's on board. Is
Now, I want to make a couple things clear. One, we know guys like Myron, Justin Waller, and all of these other manosphere guys that claim that they're having sex with all these women and that their wives or girlfriends are okay with this. Those are the same guys that come to the barbershops or come to the parks and tell you guys about all the hoes that they get, all the women that they sleep with, you know, and that their girls...
Sometimes they be funny because in real life, a girl really not going to want you to do that. She truly loves you, bro. That shit crazy.
Okay with it. If they're not, it is what it is. They tell you about how player they are. They got one girl knowing about another girl and they don't care about it. But behind closed doors, when they get to pillow talking, they're selling dreams to these young women. Why? Because most people aren't aligned with this type of lifestyle. Secondly, this is not a Cape for Angie video. We saw in the past the type of nonsense that Myron was doing and she was condoning. It wasn't just about promoting the sexual lifestyle, which, hey, you do what you do in your bed. I don't care about that. But it was also the idea of being a misogynist, a homophobe, somebody who is racist, all these other things. And she was co-signing these things. But three, and I think the biggest thing that people should get from this clip is that Angie is clearly uncomfortable with this. Now, she's probably convinced herself that, you know, one day Myron will settle down with her. But I believe that that convincing was due to Myron doing a bunch of pillow talking. And I don't think that that's any different than his partner in crime, Walter, the other member on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Remember when he got his young woman pregnant and then we saw the text message and exchanges between the two, had him around the family, all these different things. But then when it came out that she was actually pregnant, he totally backtracked on all that. I also want to note that there was another scene in the documentary where Louis Theroux goes and talks to the woman that casts the women that come on the Fresh and Fit podcast, all the guests and the panelists and stuff like that. Louis proceeds to ask her a bunch of different questions about the setup, how they get the girls, etc., etc. And as Myron notices that Louis is not in the room having conversation with them or monitoring the conversation that they're having with other guests and realizes that he's back there with this person on the couch, he quickly sends her a text and tells her that she has to stop talking ASAP. The woman shuts down almost immediately and then says that we can no longer have conversation. The reason why this is...
She knows she'll get fired. Myron gonna fire that.
Relevant to me is because there is this idea that these women want to go on this show, that they're not getting paid in some instances, that they're just on there because they want to be there. And all of this image about the Fresh and Fit podcast, these ultra cool, high value males and how they conduct business, and even in the greater conversation, how the red pill community on this side, the manosphere community on this side handles their business, is that they are so charming and that they are so witty and that they have so much oomph about themselves that they don't have to pay to play. They get play. They just get play. Inherently speaking, they get play. But none of that is the truth. Well, so now that this documentary is exposing the facade that the manosphere community has, it also exposes the stupidity that the young women who participate in this type of content and this type of lifestyle who have. And so Angie, now Myron's ex-girlfriend, is coming out and speaking a little bit about her experience while dating Myron. And that little bit of
this is gonna be great. She came out speaking. Oh, this is gonna be fantastic. Everybody who followed them, bro, say goodbye.
Exposing so much more about the complexities of their relationship dynamic.
I'm happy to have her. What do you say about that?
I don't know. Hello, that's me. This is Angie. I'm finally coming out of my shell of social media. I probably will be posting more on TikTok. Just one
Please do. Please do.
And this is one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. I want to leave the past in the past, but this documentary just came out and I received a lot of messages from people just concerned about my well-being and a lot of opinions and a lot of things going on right now. So I want to address a few things. First of all, I never wanted to be part of any documentary whatsoever. I was never told or asked to be in a documentary until the moment of. I was stupid enough to not read a contract before signing it, and that's how I ended in that documentary. So I did beg the producers on email thousands of times to take me out of the documentary. I did beg the producers on email.
He said, if this is about the Myron documentary, please let me out of it. I didn't want to do it in the first place. I really don't need this right now. We haven't been in a relationship in a long time. I don't want to be part of it at all. I talked to Myron about this and he said he would talk to you about it. Please let me out of it. Without any intentions to sound rude or anything, but I don't see the point of talking on the phone. I haven't seen any other emails from you apart from the one starting this conversation. Like I said before, I'm trying my best to leave anything that has to do with Myron in the past. I'm trying to be completely out of the public eye. I wish you could understand how the appearance in this documentary would affect me in my private life. Like, I already get harassed enough. Please, I do not want to be part of this. I am in a completely different phase in my life, and I'm trying to distance myself from anything that has to do with them. Please, I hope you can understand. Whew.
No.
Shouldn't be part of that bullshit anymore.
thousands of times to take me out of the documentary, but that didn't happen. And here we are.
Now, let's be clear. This is all Angie's words. No more control, nobody monitoring her social medias, etc., etc. I do think the reason why she did not want to be part of this documentary is because it was going to make her look stupid. Just flat out, it was going to make her look stupid. And she was also probably perpetuating and continuing a bunch of lies to her friends, her family, and whoever else was checking on her. But let's continue on to see what she says.
Anyways, I already been through a lot. I already went through therapy. I already heard the zillion pep talks that my friends and family had to say. I know everybody has an opinion. I know everybody has something to say, but this is my life. And honestly, as of right now, I couldn't be more grateful for it. I am so blessed, and I am so thankful to say that I am in a new relationship where I don't have to worry about any of this, and that I met this amazing man who cares for me, who makes me feel so special.
That's crazy. I thought Myron was doing all that, bro. He had like he was a dating guru. That's tough.
So happy. And I couldn't be more grateful.
Okay.
I can finally say that I can see a future with somebody, and I'm so grateful that he can see a future with me. Also, before you go there, it's no any rollerblading guy or anything like that. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I never cheated on anybody. That doesn't really align with my values. I know you have loved me too, but that never happened. I don't want the past to get into this. So right now, I'm so happy. And honestly, I'm so thankful for all the experiences that I lived, every lesson that I learned, and everything that I've been through, because without any of it, I wouldn't be the person that I am right now. Thanks to every one of you that critique me, that has said something about it, because I do go through every comment, I do go through every DM and every video and every post, and I can't say it doesn't affect me. It does affect me, but at the end of the day, I'm believing who I am and who my parents raised, and honestly, I'm so thankful for every lesson.
Angie, you're welcome, sweetheart. Angie basically confirms the fact that the lifestyle that she was living wasn't for her. She was lying to herself, thinking that she could change who Myron Gaines is, and ultimately it did not work out. Now, I do still think that there was some pillow talking going on, but man, oh man, this is hilarious. Now she's dating a dude who looks like Bradley Martin, and it is the most insane thing in the world. One of the things that I don't understand about looks like Bradley Martin, and it is—
oh, I thought that was Bradley Martin. I'm like, hold on, let me go back right quick. Hell no.
The most insane thing.
That was
one of the things that I don't
bro.
understand
like,
about the manosphere
That's
and
crazy.
these red pill guys, the ones that live on this extreme side, is they act as though many people want this extreme version of a lifestyle. Hell, I don't even think they want this extreme version of a lifestyle for real. Most people yearn for monogamy. Most people yearn for some sort of partnership or relationship with one person. Trust me, most people have had the opportunity where they've talked to multiple people at the same time, and they understand how much of a headache it is, but also they understand that there's a lack of, intimacy that comes with dividing your attention that way. And so while I understand why they feel the need to, perpetuate this idea that they get so many hoes, they get so many chicks, they have so much sex, it's one-way monogamy, etc., etc. But at the same time, I don't understand why they never grew out of that childish value and childish mindset. It was probably one that killed a lot of steam out of these guys' messages. I always maintain the fact that if Walter would have just went ahead and cuffed that young lady, then it wouldn't be a problem. If Justin Waller went ahead and married the woman that he has 2 kids by, 3 kids by, or some shit like that, it wouldn't have been a problem. They actually probably would have gotten further with their message as opposed to running around acting as though they're degenerates. Especially because one day, even though people were calling it out in the past, one day people would expose the fact that a lot of what they're perpetuating and spewing is actually not true. It's not a real lifestyle that they live. And so finally, after a bunch of questions, DMs, commentary videos like this one were put out about Angie and about Myron and about their relationship dynamic, it finally got through that little thick skull of hers. We'll chalk it up on youngness, I guess. She was still saying some of the most ignorant and disgusting shit. No pass for me. But ultimately, the documentary that Louis Theroux did finally made it make sense to her. It finally made it click to her. Hey, I'm not living a fruitful life.
I really think in a weird way I have to thank Louis Theroux, because somehow his questions kind of like made me question myself and the future of everything, and that is something that I truly hadn't done before, not like deeply like I did after that. And part of it was his doing. So there is that.
At this point, it's pretty much over. Myron's been exposed. This lifestyle that he claims that he's living, that's making women happy, is not—
It's simply not true, bro. And they exposing that shit, man. Like, whatever done in the dark comes to light, man. Simply what it is, bro. Like they were selling the dream to people, and they was, you know, buying into that shit, spending their money and believing in moving like that, and then finding out in real life that it ain't what they say it is.
The truth, him saying that, you know, I know what's best for them, but putting them into a program like this that's not yielding the results that he wants, it just doesn't seem to be the thing that he's selling to people, selling to a new generation. But for whatever reason, he continues down this war path of trying to convince these young, impressionable men that, hey, this is the life to live, this is the way you want to go, and that you need to follow this blueprint in meta.
That's why they be selling girls a dream, they be selling niggas a dream too. And them niggas be buying into that shit.
Men are designed to be dominated by men. Yeah, I know. Some of you, oh my God, this guy Myron's a radical. No, I'm a fucking honest motherfucker. I'm the dictator. You are the subordinate. And I dictate when I want to put dick in you, bitch. And then you dictate when the sandwich is
That nigga cook. That's some clown. That's some corny clown behavior, bro. Hell no.
come by my dictation. That's how this goes. And women love guys like this that tell them what it is. This isn't open to interpretation or how you feel or what you think. It doesn't matter what you fucking think.
No, bro. No. Girls don't like niggas that are assholes like that. What are you talking about?
Louis, that's how it goes. I know, like, this is like
He's
fucking
so lost.
crazy
It's
for
crazy.
people to hear that, but women want to be dominated by men.
And it's crazy the extent that Myron is willing to go to keep up this facade, even though there's so much proof that is, mounting up that goes against these things that he's talking about. While researching for this video, I even came across a clip where he was willing to disrespect his own parents because he was trying to push this ideology and this belief system.
I didn't bust my ass to make this money, become successful, and go to the gym to fuck one bitch. That's dumb.
Was your dad monogamous to your mum?
Yeah, because he was broke. He had to be.
If your dad cheated on
That's
your mum,
crazy. Call his dad a brokey.
I applaud him. I believe. Fuck yeah, you got your money up, man.
how do you think your mum would feel?
You know what? She wouldn't leave. She's a real one. She would be like, damn, okay.
If it was continuous?
She wouldn't leave.
Do you think she'd be happy with the dynamics of that relationship, though?
She knows how it is.
Of course, it's not just him, but these messages that the red pill community and the manosphere community, especially the extreme ones, preach are making dating so much harder for young men and young women. It's honestly actively driving a divide and a wedge between these people. And it honestly, kind of hurts me when I see videos of young men talk about how much somebody like a Myron Gaines has helped them in their developmental stages.
Yeah, he gonna help you.
Thank you for teaching me about politics. Thank you for teaching me about women, how useless women are. Thank you. They really are useless. Thank you for about the gym and everything, and just about the weight that you me and you spoke about on the weight classes and everything.
But I will say it's not completely going dark. People over the past couple of years have been watching this content, either venturing down the path themselves and then exiting the red pill community, or watching the spiral and then watching the hypocrisy in real time and are saying, you know what, this isn't the type of lifestyle that I want to live. And now people are reverting back to their natural ways, trying to figure out life without the influence of these guys who clearly just want to sell you some sort of ebook or get you to pay for their Telegram, in which they pump you with a bunch of fantasy sports and also OF content.
Well, you told me to go sleep with a bunch of women and date multiple women at the same time, which I did. And it significantly damaged my life. And it wasn't until I actually turned around and started listening to Jesus Christ that I was saved. Now I'm happily married. I have one child now with another one on the way, and I've never felt happier.
Congratulations, that's good. That's really good.
Thank you. And I know you're not against that, but my concern is what you're saying to men leads them astray, because I'm a walking example of it.
The more men that I talk to that leave red pill, the happier they are. I am never seeing the opposite of men who say, I got into red pill, I fell down the rabbit hole, and I became much happier. Most of the men who are listening to red pill are miserable. Most of them,
because you despise women, like you really don't self-improve because you're putting the problem on them instead of yourself. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you don't get girls or you suck is because you're just inexperienced and you don't put yourself out there, not because they're just a certain way.
men who listen to red pill are angry and they hate people and they hate women. It's just so sad to see men ruining their own lives for the sake of grifters who don't give a shit about them.
I'm just hoping that more and more content comes out like this video, like I've been Preach's video.
It's gonna crumble, bro. Red pill's already crumbled, but it's gonna be like the foundations are gonna be done, bro. It was just a movement that came and went, bro. For real.
Drew Almighty videos, Louis Theroux documentaries. You know, maybe somebody takes a real in-depth look at some actual people who have signed up for these courses and things like that to ultimately combat the red pill community, to show people that, hey, this is just driving you into further descent. You think that you have a problem getting women now, but think about if you take the advice of someone like a Myron Gaines, who on the flip side in his real life actually isn't making women happy.
It was a good video, man. You know, I feel like the red pill teaches some good stuff, but man, you just need to live life and experience shit, bro. Because listening to these people, you don't know if they faking it, they putting on a facade. You know what I'm saying? Or if they just scripting, man. If y'all enjoyed that video, you know, I appreciate y'all. Please share the video, comment, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, man. I'm out.